What is up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome into the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. I am one half of your host and your virtual bartender, Mr. Nick Teodoro. Joining me, as always, is my tag team partner in life, my wife, Miss Nicole. Nicole, what are you having this evening?
Oh, I will be indulging in some Tito's, some orange juice, and some cranberry juice. I need you to tell me what you're drinking and our three things for today.
I am drinking J. Lore 7 Oaks, as per usual. Well, Uncle Howdy's return draws near. Bron Breakker has made his in-ring Raw debut, and we've got King and Queen of the Ring predictions. It's the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour on a Friday night. Welcome back, everybody. Let's kick it off and get it started. There is a big weekend of wrestling ahead of us. We have Memorial Day weekend, but we have 2 pay-per-views coming up. It's really exciting. But let's get right to it. Uncle Howdy's return draws near. Nikki, ladies first, take it away.
Oh boy, so a couple little things have happened this week. Well, I don't want to say little because obviously they were massive. So obviously they had a QR code on Monday. If you scanned it, it took you to like a questionnaire, and depending on what you answered to those questions, you would get a different answer. And one of them, you got the coordinates to good old Glassboro, New Jersey, which has Rowan University in that town. So a little sneaky.
All wrestling roads lead to New Jersey.
Seriously. We'll get to a little bit more of that later. But then there was also a lead-in that there was going to be stuff going on their WhatsApp on Tuesday. And there's the same cryptic little remember who you are, blah, 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 that leads you into like, hey, we're doing something on Thursday on Twitch, because if anyone doesn't know, Thursday was Bray Wyatt's birthday. So just like last week, there's another Twitch stream. This one's shorter. This was only 35 minutes. But oh, did it pack a punch. I am so excited to get into this. Like, this is like, same when like he came back like the first time. All the little Easter eggs, all the little rabbit holes, all the little white bunnies. Like, this is like it. So obviously in Uncle Howdy fashion, it starts and it's all fuzzy and creepy, and there's flash images of the crow and the Pluto symbol and like a baby not coming out, that's wrong, but like kind of afterbirth on it. And then it goes to this one kind of setting, and there's like duct tape, there's the note that basically says remember who you are, there's the floppy disk, there's the Sharpie pens. And I said to Nick when we watched it, you can tell the background, it was against a mirror because everything he was doing was the reverse. So it kind of sat there, and of course it's doing the creepy, like, it's an old cassette tape that's like rolling and it's static. And then you see hands that look like they have those fingerless gloves on it, but they're all taped. And then it starts writing out notes. And it has written 4 notes, which we're assuming is to 4 different people that are going to be within this new Wyatt faction. And the first one we are assuming is for Eric Rowan. I feel like I don't want to read every single note out to you, but like I feel like the first one was so perfect and so right, and you can.
It's very emotional.
Emotional, yeah. Obviously, and when I read it, you can be like, oh, it's very obviously Rowan. So the hand, like they starts also left-handed, starts writing out notes. So I took down notes on the notes. So it reads, it's never easy to feel lost. You've lost too much already, which obviously losing Luke Harper, Brody Lee, and Bray. There's these 2 best friends. They came up together. It's just like, ugh.
Right.
And then it flashed on the screen, time to wake up. And it says, you deserve to be set free. And then it flashes, trust me. And then more coordinates flash, and we'll get to that later. But it goes on to say, I know you're angry, and that's okay. Let me show you what the anger can do. When you're ready to take the blindfold off, come find me, which is also such a Bray Wyatt, like, find me, come find us thing. You can always wear your mask, smiley face. Then he puts the note into an envelope and writes on it, remember who you are. Like, if that's not to Rowan, I don't know what is. Like, that's so, like, you lose them, you know, like, be set free. Because obviously, like, once, like, kind of, I don't know.
Hey, WWE, hello.
What?
I don't know. Some WWE said hello. So that's cool.
Awesome. So it's just like,
maybe it's Uncle Howdy hacking into the WWE just to come on our show. That'd be cool.
Right? It says, remember who you are. The little circle that I used to do.
But anyway.
Anywho, so puts on the envelope, puts that aside, takes out fresh paper. This, I'm assuming, is to Nikki. And it says, I'm so sad seeing you to look for a friend and find no one. How sad it is for them to missing out on a special person like you. I've watched you stare into the abyss, hoping someone will look back. I want you to know I see you, you are seen, you are loved. Come home, a new family awaits. And I know you threw up the sanity one. I kind of think this is more main roster Nikki. Like, remember, she was trying to be best friends with Alexa Bliss, so then she was stalking Candice LeRae, and she's like trying to be friends with people, and then like when Alexa kind of left her, and then you just see her like standing and staring, and she gets that like blank stare in her face. That I'm thinking.
The only thing is, though, I would disagree with that for this reason. I feel like some of the other storylines that we're going to get to of the other letter address more NXT storylines, and they address both NXT and main roster storylines. So
I'm pulling that nugget out. You didn't talk to me about that this morning.
I know. This is what I do. I got a couple surprises up my sleeve for this show. And as people are piling in, if you're new to the show, please hit the old Samoan spike on the like button and subscribe. We love having new listeners. We want to hear what you're thinking about all things professional wrestling.
Yeah, so obviously we're going over the Twitch stream that Uncle Howdy did last night. Again, writes this letter, folds it up into an envelope, writes on it, remember who you are.
WWE, remember who you are. Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I said. That's the little circle that Bray used to do and all the other stuff. So then that music, I wish I had time to Google that song, because it's a song that's played on other QR codes. It's about something about being lonely and being in a
I can't remember.
And all that stuff.
Let's see in the comments.
I don't know. That's something.
That one I'm not sure about.
Would it be Morse code?
It could be Morse code, yes.
Someone's got a Morse code that while I talk right
Some of our listeners, someone has to help us.
Do you think they have some bot going out and be like, if anyone's talking about this, let's be creepy?
Who knows?
Is it like Steven being an asshole? Not an asshole, Steve, but I know you have
Wow.
That came out a little aggressive, but he always comes on as somebody different. I know. That Steve, I've had a bad day. That doesn't sound
just
great.
Kidding. Steve, we all love you. But anyway.
But I don't know, someone do the dashes and the boots for that. So then the music starts playing, and then, which I think is a nod to who we think this note is to for Dexter Lumis. The person writing takes the duct tape that was on the table and starts taping their hand more, and like Bo Dallas used to do, and Dexter Lumis did.
So
thank you, Steve.
What did Steve get?
He said it's not me.
It ain't me. Oh gosh, we don't even know. But that's exciting.
Someone do those boots and dashes.
So yeah, the gloves. That was the first thing I noticed, and we were watching it together, and I said, "Those are Bo Dallas's B team gloves," or at least from what I remember as the B team.
But so also Dexter Lumis in NXT wore those same little gloves, like the cut off that more like driving gloves.
Oh no, I call them like Hitman gloves.
Well, whatever.
But
little...
I didn't think it was that, because when I watched, maybe my eyes are bad, but I thought they were like the Undertaker type, those UFC fighter gloves and he put duct tape and wrapped it around over the top.
So he brings that out, does the tape, and then the music plays is my body is cold and all alone, and then it flashes, I showed them, and it says, I set them free, open your eyes. And then they start writing the note again. And then it goes, you had a family, you had friends, you did your best. You revealed, they revealed themselves to be liars. And he starts like circling and scribbling and over the liars and over and over and over again until like the paper, the paper goes up. And then I have to scroll down my notesies. Sorry, we're having notesies.
We're on the Loomis one.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm catching up.
Yes. So it says, time to wake up. Trust me. And then he starts writing the new note. It says, your family betrays you. You deserve better. You're accepted just as you are. Come to me. I will take your hand. And then it flashes up, take my hand. I will set you free. You will be with a real family. We can be a real family. And then it flashes up, take my hand.
See, this is where you and I disappeared, because in between the cuts, the Bray Wyatt TV cuts, or whatever you were calling them, there was a thing that said there is no safe space. And if you recall, I thought this was Joe Gacy, because Joe Gacy's deal was always, you're part of a safe space, all that type of deal. So that to me was pretty interesting. I don't know. We disagreed on that part, but
no, because when we get lower, I think this is him. So before he folds it up and puts it in the envelope like he did with the others, his hands went over the word betrayed multiple times. And then he folded it up, put it in the envelope, and remember who you are. The music started again, the same song, but then he had the paper turned the other way. It said the other ones were how would it actually write on paper, but then this was turned. It was turned for a little bit, and then he wrote down the word liar. And then he was writing the word liar and scribbling over it, and it was like manic, over the word liar. And then he started making that Pluto symbol sign. And then that goes away, and then he gets a new paper. And this is to what I think is Joe Gacy. Again, I'm scrolling down. So it said, again, you had followers. They betrayed you. They turned your backs when you were asking for help, asking for love, asking for someone to notice you. They did ... nothing. And then it flashes to, because the whole time it's going from regular normal color into then that's what sepia, when it's that off-colored.
I don't know. I'm colorblind, so I don't even know.
Oh, that doesn't help. But you guys know what I mean, that old-timey, that thing on your phone. It goes to that, and then it flashes back in red, I will give you a family, then switches to black. Let's teach them the consequences. Smiley face. And again, it's kind of because if Nick's photo there, they were all having that yellow smiley face, creepy thing. So then again, he does the same thing, folds the thing, put in the envelope, remember who you are. Then he got 2 new notes and said, I will see you soon. Can't wait to meet you. The Pluto symbols. And then it jump cuts. As I scroll. And it's what we kind of seen in the other QR
vignettes.
codes. Yeah, vignettes. There was the car driving down the road. There's the house that you see. And then it kind of, I don't remember before, but this kind of the door looks like there's blood on it or red paint that is kind of dripping that I don't remember if I saw before.
Which is always, I felt like that was a big flashback to almost like a witch house, but almost a flashback to the original, obviously, Wyatt family when he's welcome in, you want to see something really scary when they went down to Louisiana. So that's kind of what I remember about that. And obviously, I'm a huge Joe Gacy fan, so I really liked what he did in NXT. And even toward the end, they have him kind of just lost cause and just being crazy. I'm interested to see. My question is really going to be what. We talked about the Wyatt Six last week and the characters. Are they going to come as characters, or are they come as themselves in a holy? And are they called the Wyatt Six, or is this some other faction name that Bo, is or Uncle Howdy is creating? That's what I want to know. And I think, and to me, I think it should be a unique. Yes, it's in honor of Bray, the words of the Red. But
I'm freaking out right now. We just got courted. Someone Google that shit right now.
Steve, you're on this one.
This is fucking something, and it's freaking me the fuck out. I hope it's not someone being weird, but maybe there's a bot that's whoever's talking about Bray. This is why I don't do scary stories. Because I'm freaking out right now. But do you want to go back 2 seconds before you talk about that just to finish up the Twitch stream?
Yes, we are going to put those coordinates up again later as we do the call-in section because we're going to have somebody help us out.
We're going to have to Google that. But so you see him driving, they get to the house, and he throws the envelopes that say, if it's our address, I'm going to fucking freak out. Sorry, I'm going to get ahead of myself. So he throws the envelopes on the porch and then opens the door. And again, there's that woman that was in the other videos, all in white, go kind of her back to the room. And then the first time she moves and she points. And then it cuts to like...
I'm putting these up until someone figures this out.
Again, get the bloops and blips. That's something. And then it flashes to like this little like Gomez looking like mustache and teeth, and obviously you would see Bo Gallows' little mustache and teeth from anywhere. Oh, Steven, it's in Kazakhstan. How far is Saudi Arabia from Kazakhstan?
What kind of place, though, Steve? That's the thing.
Well, again, so kind of jumping to.
Is it Borat? It's Borat.
Oh my god. So throughout the video, they were showing again, fucking the coordinates and. Sorry, WWE. If you're listening, I'm sorry. So the QR codes. There was 2 in New Jersey. It was Navasink and somewhere else that I didn't remember or that I didn't recognize. But if you put all the coordinates.
My life.
So if you put all the coordinates together, it's spelled out, I'm going to say this wrong, Rainius, which is, he's from Pisa, and he's known as like a patron saint of travelers. And his festival day is June 17th, which is the day, I'm going to try to say this, it's the Monday Night Raw. It's that Monday, the day after Clash at the Castle.
You did it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on.
Oh, no. So that's all that kind of happened. So, like, I know that people are saying that maybe something's not going to happen tomorrow in Saudi Arabia, that it's going to be, after Clash at the Castle.
Again.
Isn't it King of the Castle? King of the Castle?
King of the Castle.
It's
all aboard.
Sasha Baron Cohen debuts.
Those are the coordinates.
So I think they can still. I think they can debut or do something at King and Queen of the Ring, and then do something. Maybe Alexa comes and joins them after the Castle.
It's very riveting. I'm debating.
I can go.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up these coordinates one more time.
I don't know.
This is a very, as we're still in this, 52 degrees. Oh wait, no. Whoops, sorry. That was Steven's thing. Hold on. 50 degrees, 28.
I'm more.
How do you do the degree symbol? I don't even know how to do it.
Can you just copy and paste it?
No. Oh, well, maybe.
This is riveting stuff. Nick learning how to copy and paste. But I think, like, why not? Because they were already alluded to one thing. Like, why can't you do in two different, do something there and then have something else happen there? I don't know.
Can you read it off to me? I'm on the different page.
Okay, it's 52, 28, 46.506, and then quotation. Quotation mark, comma, 62 degrees.
See, I don't know how to do 62. But okay.
All right, 11, comma, 7.002 quotation mark.
Google Earth. Okay. I think. Am I allowed to share Google Earth on here? Share my screen? We're going to try it. And hopefully I don't get any issues with... Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Share screen.
My hair looks crazy, guys.
We're trying Google Earth. Lovely Google Earth. I'm just...
So what's that? Provoca?
It's not letting me. Oh, wait. There we go.
Yeah, but
Can everyone see this?
I would Google what that place is. Like,
oh, it's a pentagram.
Oh my god. Don't love that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are learning new clues as we go.
What then?
Here.
What's the blips and bloops? I feel like the guy from Spaceball is like bloop.
Oh, those are like trees. What do you mean?
No, if you scroll in the comment section.
Oh yeah, that's the other part of this.
The other.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing here.
Also, Steven, I'm really sorry. You know I love you.
We're learning a lot of new things today. So there's a pentagram.
This is freaking me out, guys.
I don't want to put WWE in timeout here.
No. But it's interesting, like, don't you have to have like a certain thing or be involved in certain things to do like the emoji thingies? Like, Steven, are you able to put like a circle like that in the?
No, I think you can. I think you can because I think
it isn't like a YouTube thing if you're like a page like with a certain page you get certain like emojis.
It's very fascinating. Who wants to put this one in? Steve, we're calling on you in there. Because it's 4 dashes. I can't. It's 4 or 5. It's really hard to tell.
I'm just hoping you can like copy and paste it with like Morse code. Bloop.
Well, people can in the comments. I just can't because I'm as host. It doesn't let me do that. But
do you want me to?
If you could try.
It's freaking me out. It's freaking me out.
It's exciting. We are learning new clues as we go.
Oh my god! I gotta throw up a little bit. Okay. Was it Morse code?
Let us know in the comments. What do you all think? We had new people coming in by the second here, by the minute. We saw.
I want it.
Hold on. What Steve said. I know just enough about Morse code to know that that's not Morse code. Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's fair.
Thank you, Steven.
Well, at least we go off the right track.
I just then what's like. See, I put it into Google and it gives me a Morse code translator, so I don't know if it's just like thinking it's.
Ed says it's Brawny the Strowman. Someone needs to look up these coordinates, or that's in the chat. You can all read the chat.
Like flips and bloops. I don't know.
It's very exciting. So that's the.
I don't think Braun Strowman's involved in this.
Read it off to me. I'm gonna try this.
There's nothing to read off. It's dashes and bloops.
Yeah, but what comes up when we do that in Google?
When I put it in Google, it says Morse code translator, and I clicked on the translator, and then it didn't give me anything.
Unbelievable.
They're probably like idiots.
Yeah.
This woman's so dumb. Can't have another cocktail.
So someone's gonna figure this out for us in the chat. For now, we're gonna put it on bay, and we're gonna come back to this as we open up the phone lines later. Help us out. Let's solve some of these clues and see what's going on. This is an exciting new twist to the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour.
You never know who's going to show up at Happy Hour.
Seriously, Uncle Howdy could have been here. We could have Uncle Howdy.
Just to go back to what you said real quick, like it does. My hair looks insane. It's driving me crazy. When I ran into their translator, got 0364. Then Google what that means. I just Googled how to Google upon a Google. My hair's really bothering me.
Interesting.
That it is like NXT, like people that were maybe bigger in NXT, and then because again, like Dexter Lumis was bigger in NXT. Again, Black and Gold run off the air at him and Indies.
The Uncle Howdy could very well be.
Ooh, is it a zip code?
Ooh, Ed thinks it's a zip code. Wait.
Cheat Bailey screaming in the other room.
030624. 030624. Zip. No, because the zip code's 5 numbers, not 6.
07001. Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah, nothing. Hold on.
Oh, is it a date?
Plus.
3624. What happened on 3624?
Ah.
Guys, we should do escape room together.
I don't know if we should do escape rooms together because I don't think we'll escape.
Hey, we're figuring this out. It's a date. What's happened on March 6th? Is that someone? Was it Bo's birthday? Someone's birthday?
Yeah. See, Steven caught us. Zip codes are only 5 numbers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the plot thickens. Keep doing your research, folks, as we're getting through. So let's get into our mid-card topic for the evening. Bron Breakker made his
Your boy.
Raw in-ring debut. It was his first. Oh, did we get another comment?
No, it's Ed.
Oh, God, I turned heel that day. Yes, he did. Bron Breakker has made his in-ring debut on Raw, decimating. I don't even remember his opponent's name. I know he was an NXT guy, but just.
No, it's Kale Dixon. And no, don't name your kids after fruit or vegetables or anything like that. Just your name is like, don't. Shawn Michaels, don't name your NXT kids Kale Dixon. Who's going to take him seriously? Who's going to? I know Bron Breakker and Strowman is maybe not better.
Well, I think he's a jobber. I mean, I think he's basically made
Kale
up.
Dixon, Kale. But anyway, I digress.
Exactly.
Talk
Kale.
about your boy.
Actually, Ed, I appreciate the comment, Bron Breakker, the Strowman, because that's what I was actually going to say. So Braun comes out and absolutely just destroys Kale. He's basically in the corner and he's all pissed off because he's not part of King of the Ring. And essentially what he does is he just turns around and spears Kale out of shoes. And then he runs around the ring and spears him again. Basically, so first off, my first question is the spear his finisher now? Because I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, he's got a better spear than some people.
He does. All right. So glad you made that point because this brings into my second point. He's a football player. He was a fullback.
Mm-hmm.
So just like Roman Reigns and Goldberg, the spear is a perfect move for them to do, but I just don't like it as a finisher. I liked how Goldberg used it to set up the jackhammer. I still think the same thing about it. Like, it's not like, I still don't like it as a finisher, even only for certain people. But so he comes out and absolutely destroys Kale. And you ever see Goldberg with hair? Actually, no, and I kind of want to.
Horrifying.
So he just destroys Kale. So I guess, and then ends up taking him to the steps and just laying him out with a basically a concerto with the steps, a constepo. That's what we're calling it, constepo.
Oh, God.
And basically blames all this on Adam Pearce for not putting him in the King of the Ring. So a lot of questions that I have. Obviously, one, is the spear's finisher? Two, and probably should be one, is he a face or a heel? I can't tell. I know he beat the crap out of him and gave him a heelish move, but like, I don't know. I get like kind of the Braun Strowman monster vibe out of him. That's just like, people like him. I still think people like him, and like even he was doing this whole like, what do they call them, War Dogs thing?
Yes.
War Dog with Baron Corbin, and it felt like he was this heel right before, and he just kind of is always been this constant tweener.
I think War Dogs were more in betweensies, but I think him like
yes, concerto. That's exactly what it is called. Ed, you sir have earned. Oh no!
Oh God!
Oh no!
For him to do a thing.
Forget it.
Does a thing.
I had a cheer, but I lost all my drops. There's too many now. Sorry, Ed. Next time, there'll be another.
No, I think it's very much like, and I think why I asked you to put the picture of him in the turnbuckle before the match starts. He's doing all this, and he's like grunting, and he's like whatever, and then immediately turns like he was just like grunting. And he had his head down like on the turnbuckle, and he's like, all right, ready to go. And as soon as it does, and he turns and spear. And I like his spear. And I feel like I didn't watch enough 2.0 religiously to remember what his finisher actually was in NXT, or is it just a spear? No,
his finisher was a press power slam that Goldberg used to do too. But he did it as like, it's a cool move, but as a finisher, it's such a weird, like,
it's not something you can do to everybody.
Yeah, you can't do that. It almost like the same thing with like, I think we talked about this way in one of our early shows, but like for like Royal Rumble and stuff like that, where he reminds, because he's going to be way better. I'm not comparing him to Ryback, but Ryback had the shell shock move, and when he did that at WrestleMania to Mark Henry, I didn't think he was going to be able to do it because it's one of those like it's your trap muscles and like your shoulders and your traps and using it all at once. The press slam is something that like to look good and look effective, you have to do it and hold the person up, I feel like, for like a couple of seconds, and then it's a snap down into a power slam. So like I never viewed it as a finishing move. I viewed it as something that a powerhouse would do against a jobber to show how great and powerful and how dominant they could be. Not necessarily as a finishing move. Like, I don't know. Well, no, they would never let him use the Steiner screwdriver. That move was insane. But or like a Frankensteiner would be cool. Let him, if he could do it from like top rope. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, just some different things. He's athletic as hell.
Why I think he's a heel? Because obviously he was like, oh, he can't fight anymore.
Ed agrees.
So then he like attacked him and then did the thing. And then when everyone came running down, he got into Adam Pearce's face. And then like when they're backstage, he got into Pearce's face again. It was like, you didn't put me in the King of the Ring. Like, you can't stop me or hold me back, whatever he said. And then later, then he like beats up Ricochet. When Ricochet's like,
I guess that was the part.
You know, I want to see.
Which again, Ricochet got like 3 wins over Judgment Day going into WrestleMania, and then after WrestleMania, they're like, "Sorry, thanks for your efforts. We appreciate it. Now you're going back to." I know he's the Speed Champion on X, which. And we talk about belts, but that's a belt. I mean, it can only be defended on X. So
I'm saying Ricochet is definitely such a baby face. So for him to attack Ricochet out of nowhere feels a little more heely, yelling at the authority figure, hitting someone after the bell. To me, he's a heel. I think he's a better heel. And then the only thing I do want to comment on, because I said this to you, because I actually watched Raw before you did. I don't like his color scheme. He was too orange in red. And again, I can't wear red because my face is always red. Like, girl, you know your colors. Like, his mouth looked too pink, his face looked too orange, and his outfit was too red. I'm like, put that blue boy in blue, green, like a purple. Like, red is not his color.
I'm not going to comment on his fashion faux pas. But I don't think any
colors clashing together. The pink, the orange, the red.
I like that he does the singlet like his dad and
yes,
Uncle did.
And again, his singlets in NXT were like so fun. And remember his like Steiner math one. But he wasn't that orange. Like, he was obviously orange, but like he was orange.
He was Orange Cassidy. No. I actually have a drop for that, but I'll wait for someone else to have a good joke, and then we'll save it when I find it.
Steven, your comment made me laugh. He says Samantha is his title. And if you don't know, Samantha, the ring announcer for Raw, is engaged to, I believe they're engaged to Ricochet. I watched, they had this thing on WWE.com. They were talking about their tattoos.
I love her. She's great. Which was kind of cool. Like, I know, and he might be someone that enters Nikki's burial ground. Logan Paul. I felt like when Logan Paul had that little that match with him, for the U.S. title, and he was just like, I can't wait to have Samantha announce my name, and he's like, Samantha, say it. I was like, oh, such a dick thing, but it's so great, so heelish.
No, it's fine. I don't. Again, there's only one. God, side note, my people. The only person that I don't like is Nia Jax, and I think that's very much established. Because Nick went on a whole tirade last week and talked about it when we were talking about the show today. I don't have a thing against Joe Gacy.
The Logan Paul. Yes. Listen. Nikki does not like negative. So if you want to support the show, other than, again, first off, the first thing you can do to support the show is subscribe and hit the like button. But the second thing you can do is do hashtag Nikki hates Nia. This is our new hashtag for this show. Hashtag, she's not going to come fight you. She's got other things to do.
True. But
she's not like most girls. She's not going to come to your house and try and fight you.
And I know you have an affinity for her, but
just wait, ladies and gentlemen. Just wait. The production value of this show is increasing by the day.
Oh, this is the one.
And by the drink, maybe. Who's to say?
Cheers, kids.
So that brings us to topic 3. Again, this weekend is chock full of matches and pay-per-views and wrestling. So we are super excited. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. afternoon, we have King of the Ring. So we're upping the production value here. We figured we'd try something out. And let's get into our predictions for King of the Ring. Get ready. Here we go. We spared no budget because we had no budget. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. What are we thinking about King and Queen of the Ring? So, as always, we like to structure it out as we see the card potentially going, which we're pretty accurate with, I'd like to say. So, not to toot our own horn here, but toot. So,
Big Daddy Cool coming.
We open, as always, ladies first.
With the ladies. I don't know. So originally going into this, I was like, live all day. And now, which we didn't talk about, but I guess we can talk about it now, that Triple H announced that the winner of the King and the Queen, the winners, will get a title shot at SummerSlam. So now I'm like, who is going to be the champion? Who is going to face the champion at SummerSlam? And that's the match you want to watch. So I was thinking Becky was going to drop the belt, that Liv would have it, Liv would hold it until Rhea comes back. And then I was hoping Rhea would be back by SummerSlam, but I don't know if we really got an update on her that I remember.
So
it would be... So I'm picking Liv to win, but I'm worried.
I tend to agree with you on this. I know that adds a wrinkle to this whole thing, but just like the Royal Rumble, I don't think it necessarily matters as much in the sense of long-term story, because you just saw it with the Cody Rhodes thing. I think they pivoted, and WWE's proven the fact that they will pivot time and again. So, a couple things about this.
Let's not get crazy.
In the last time and again, the last year and change with Triple H at the helm.
I would say year. He took over last summer.
No, I mean the Daniel Bryan thing. The Daniel Bryan thing was absolutely that happened.
Okay,
that was a whole
one time, and they shoved Roman down their throat for the next 20 years. Like, what credit's due, but let's not get crazy. My worry is that since Lyra won the Raw side, is they want Lyra, Becky, Mania, SummerSlam, and that Becky would drop the belt to her like she did the NXT belt.
So, great point. Counterpoint. So Liv on Raw, if you recall, she actually went to Lyra backstage and gave her a cheap shot. So, and this was disseminated from about a week ago. I forget exactly how she worded it, but she's like, oh, there's Becky. And then she turns around and gives her a right hand. So the seeds are already planted that if Lyra does win, that Liv could be the champion that she does face at SummerSlam. I really like Liv's work. I don't think that there's anything right now. Like, Becky can be a transitional champion. She's won it enough. She's a constant main eventer. She needs her time off. The Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, I think, starts here, and she carries the belt into SummerSlam, potentially, because when's Rhea coming back? Could Rhea be her opponent at SummerSlam? Potentially, that's the feud that maybe everyone wants to see. So, well, I know everyone wants to see, but like, could it be that time? So, I 100% believe Liv is walking out with the women's world heavyweight title.
Again, because we don't know necessarily who the SmackDown woman is yet, to play devil's avocado.
Yes, please. We know SmackDown, didn't start yet. We're all live here. So, just keep, because we do have listeners that listen in after the show. So, we're recording at 6 p.m. on a Friday.
Yes, it's 6:40 right now. We have not, SmackDown's not here. I'm worried, though, if you do have Liv take the belt off Becky, and Lyra wins, and then Liv beats Lyra, then what does that kind of do to Lyra? Again, literally, she does nothing for me.
Well, she's a rookie. That's what it is. I don't care what you do in NXT. The whole idea is that you come up from NXT and you're still, the NXT is still the minor leagues compared to the big show. So you come up and you had that's why I thought her, Tiffy Stratton, her and Tiffy Stratton and Ilya, and who's the other new? Was there another? Who?
Kiana.
Was she in the?
You saw her for 2 seconds. Adam Pearce.
Or who's the other man? Wasn't there another?
Carmella Hayes.
Yeah, Carmella Hayes. So those 4 people, I thought were going to go out and be at least in the finals, or because they're going to give them a strong showing, and they can lose in the finals because it's like, well, they have a meteoric rise, and look at all this potential. That's how you book a rising, promising rookie. Same thing with Bron Breakker to some extent, and that's why I guess he's going off on this whole tangent of why he's beating everyone up, because he's like, I should be king of the ring. But yeah, I digress. Anyway.
So I don't know. I wanted to be Liv. But then maybe, the SmackDown women win and it doesn't matter. But I think right now we are both locked in for Liv. Which I don't know if Homan's on, but that's for you, bud.
I know. For Hulk Hogan, Liv Morgan, we're all in agreement, is our new women's world heavyweight champion. You get to see a lot more of them. So excuse me. So moving into, I guess we'll call it the beginning of the mid card, because it's only 5 matches that we know of.
Thank God.
Which, yes, exactly. Like, appreciate that type of pay-per-view. Sunday is going to be a lot more with AEW. We got about probably double the effort. So Sunday's show, by the way,
double the card.
Exactly. And by the way, if you're new here and you're coming in, Sunday at 5 p.m., we're going to recap WWE King and Queen of the Ring and preview AEW Double or Nothing. So we're going to combine it all into one big fun show. So we're going to get the crossover and everything. So it'll be a fun, little interesting time. Probably a lot of different opinions will come
I feel like because we, again, spoilies, we did our predictions together this morning. And we differ a lot in AEW. Not so much this card.
Yes. So we will get to all that tomorrow, though. We could talk AEW tonight.
Sunday.
Sunday, sorry.
Sunday fun day.
Yeah, I'm losing my mind. So we will talk all that, but you can feel free to call in and chime in when we open up the phone line shortly here. If you want to talk AEW, you want to talk King and Queen of the Ring, absolutely. So the call-in link is actually in the description here, so if you want to chime in, always welcome it. If you want to type it in, type it in. So we move into the Intercontinental title defense, the second for Sami Zayn, who I still am surprised is the champion, but against Chad Gable, who he successfully defended against in the last month or change, and Bronson Reed, big Bronson Reed. In case you didn't know, in case you didn't know, he was big.
He's a big boy.
He's big Bronson Reed, just like Big E. So if Big E wasn't big, would he just be E?
He'd be Langston. Because he
was Big E Langston.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You either lost your first name or your last name. So if he was just E Langston, or however you pronounce his first name, because I'm afraid to say it, just say it would just be Langston. He'd be Langston.
Fair enough. So regardless, big Bronson Reed. My thoughts. I'm going to take this one first. I actually have a lot of feelings about this match. So it's Sami's second title defense. I'm expecting the fact that it's triple threat, Bronson's going to be the one to take the pin. And I think it's some sort of tag team, double maneuver that, he takes both men's finishers to look strong, even though he takes, what is so funny?
Ed.
Oh, Ed, what are you doing?
Same joke.
Big Bronson, the Strowman. Ed, I don't, you know what? We're adding new drops to the show and adding the production value.
I feel like all of yours are too long, but that one was too short.
Well, we'll do it again.
Just eyes.
I said I was going to make memes out of things, so This is what happens.
I'm really worried about the other one, but I digress.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Oh God, guys!
I hope it'll be great. I hope you all enjoy it.
Go on.
So I digress. So I expect Bronson to take the pin, some double finisher type deal. Could this be the start of the Gable stable, the Chad Gable stable? That's another thing. I'm gonna get that over too. I don't know if anyone else has got this out, but hashtag Chad Gable stable, because he on Raw he had a backstage discussion with the Creed brothers, which I've been saying for however long now. Where are we at with that Alpha Academy 2.0 type deal? I'm super excited about that. I want to see it, and I want to see a heel Ivy Nile with them too. So could this be the kickoff to that stable, and maybe Gable takes the belt now and holds it into SummerSlam, and the feud keeps going? Because I see obviously Otis, for the way that he's being treated by Gable, joining up with Sammy and some sort of not like alliance forming to even the odds. So it could be something that could last for a little while. Again, the classic Bronson Reed, I call it the classic monster booking, where like you're just a big person, so they view you as like a threat, and they always put you as the contender for belts, but you're always gonna lose. I just I don't know why I think of Vader in WWE, but it's like Vader. Yeah, like I don't know. He's like the person I keep thinking. I love Vader too.
He's like, I'm a fat piece of shit.
Yeah. Was that after the Kane loss?
It was whatever.
When he lost his mask, which everyone saw him without his mask. So like I don't know why that was such a big deal. Well, as a kid, I thought it was a big deal, but I was like, I mean, his mask wasn't really a mask. You saw his whole face, so it was. But
that luchador pride he had about his face.
Yeah, he was such a luchador. Well, I'm looking through Perk Gable stable. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I had Sammy down instead. Like, I want Gable to take the belt off Sammy, but again, I'd rather it be SummerSlam. Political stuff. I don't think Sammy should lose in Saudi Arabia. This is his second time being there. I don't think he should lose.
Well, Sammy came out and he said on Raw, this was his promo, he said, you have a match against the Mind, which is Gable, which I thought was kind of...
Yeah, because he's the master.
All right, Sammy, you're dumb, you big dummy. Anyway, and he said the Body, which is... I almost called him Bron. Bronson. Damn you, Ed. This is all your fault, because you mentioned Braun Strowman about 6,000 times already in the show. And then he said he's the soul. So he's a soul man. And his soul is going to carry him through. I agree, Billy. So
Cat is freaking out upstairs right now.
She's talking up a storm. So, oh yeah, that is a great point, Ed. You saw, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Vader's whole face on Boy Meets World. Yeah, I remember that. Old school show. Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff.
I don't know. I really don't want any belts to change hands on this. I think it's just because you got, so again, you have to walk me through this. So it's Clash at the Castle, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Bash at Berlin, or Bash at Berlin before SummerSlam?
Sammy the Soul Man. Soul Man Sammy.
Soul Man Jones.
I think yes. I heard half a year.
So I'm just trying to think when I want people to win belts, because I want them to win at the big ones. So it's next. It's King and Queen. Then it is Clash at the Castle. Then it's Money in the Bank. And then is it SummerSlam then Berlin, or Berlin then SummerSlam? Which
is the Berlin pay-per-view called again?
Bash at Berlin.
Oh, no, it's SummerSlam. I think
it's SummerSlam then Berlin.
Yeah.
Because people want Gunther to have a belt going into Berlin. So that's also why. Well, we'll get to that in a second. But I think Sammy's gonna win. I think Gable's the one to take it off him at a big pay-per-view.
I tend to agree. Sadly.
And then Bronson, thanks for. Just because I want Wade Barrett to yell tsunami.
Yeah, he says it pretty. So we move along. I don't think this is going to be in the mid. Well, it might be in the mid card, because I think the pay-per-view itself is king and queen of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So we feel like the WWE Undisputed Championship is going to be probably the second to last match, I would think. But I have it in the mid card right now in this show. but it could be the opener. It could be, I don't know if it's going to headline. But we have Cody Rhodes defending for the second time his I still call it newly won WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Championship against Logan Paul. Nikki, I will let you go first. Who wins, and what is your expectation of this match?
Cody all day, baby. Abby. Once they said, like, well, because once they usually he's like, I'm going to be a Triple Crown winner. And it's just like, they weren't going to take the belt off Logan. So I'm glad that they made, I think I said this last week, that I'm glad it's just for Cody's belt. Honestly, Cody's not dropping it to Logan at Saudi Arabia. Not going to happen. I think, again, he's just going to have these little exhibition matches, these little 3-week run programs until Roman and Rock decide to show up.
Yeah, the transitional matches.
And that's the last, I believe, Saudi Arabia show was the Roman Logan match.
I think I'm wrong, so.
But again, they had that pay-per-view match, and it's just like, it's Saudi Arabia, and I know these shows used to not be canon, now they're a little more canon. I think they just want the names. They just want Logan Paul to be there. They're going to do something. Someone's going to come out.
What if he did drop it to Logan? It would be interesting. I think Logan could be a challenger. Well, no, listen. I think Logan could be a real. Listen, Roman wasn't around that much, and I think the social media aspect of Logan Paul really could change the game for everything. So WWE loves that. They love that.
So Cody Rhodes kept saying he's the quarterback, put me in. He looks good on all your promo stuff, all your Today shows, all your stuff in a suit looking crisp, knows how to talk. Logan Paul showing up as your fucking spokesperson.
Language.
Sorry, Captain America. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, like, he's such your poster boy right now of what kind of this Triple H Levesque era is supposed to be. I don't see him dropping it to some YouTube piece of crap. Again, like, that's not your spokesperson. Again, Roman Reigns wasn't around a lot, but when you needed him to do stuff, like when him on Jimmy Fallon all this time, like, he was able to act the part, be the ambassador. I necessarily wouldn't put that faith in Logan. I don't think that's what you want as, like...
He's on social media. He's socially on all around all the time, so he's used to talking in front of the camera.
Or I don't think the juice would be worth the squeeze.
Not right now, but I think in the future it could happen.
Cody Rhodes is not dropping the belt that he just won to a YouTube person. Again, all the stuff I give to Logan.
You see what you did, Ed? Ed, you see what you did, you little jerk?
What? I'm going off on a rant?
Yeah, you upset her.
Down.
Let him win it. He's going to go defend Japan.
Oh, Lord. No, I think it's going to be the same Roman match. Rinse and repeat. It's going to be a fun match. Everyone's going to be excited. Everyone goes home with the same stuff they walked in with.
Fair enough. I agree. I think Cody's not dropping it yet. It's going to be a major pay-per-view. Logan also said, I don't know if you caught this on the press conference, I think it was, that he gave the brass knucks to, I think, Michael Cole. So he said he's not going to use the brass knucks, which I think is going to be the downfall and why essentially he doesn't win. The match. So again, I expect a super athletic match. I'm sure there's going to be some crazy spots, but Cody's a great wrestler and Logan's is athletic as hell.
Match, guy, but there's no reason to change belts at all.
Agreed. So far we're 3 for 3 on our agreements, sadly, but we disagree on how we get there. So. Brings us to, it took us a while because we couldn't figure out which was which, but the Queen of the Ring match. So we're doing this again on Friday, just about a little over an hour out into SmackDown. So we have the SmackDown bracket finals, which is Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax. And Lyra Valkyria. That
was the best you've ever done. So proud of you.
I know. Well, listen, I could say Clash at the Castle. So We go to the Queen of the Ring predictions. So the question is, who wins Queen of the Ring? So if I could take this. I know it's ladies first.
I'm very afraid right now.
But this makes me my heart's so happy.
I'm so afraid.
Because it's been a real twist and turn and roller coaster ride to getting to the finals. The remaining 3, I only see one woman coming out on top. I do not see Lyra Valkyria being our Queen of the Ring. And Bianca Belair, we've already talked about her storyline with Jade. She's a tag team champion. I don't see it happening. It leaves Nikki's favorite.
I'm so afraid right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen of the Ring. Tomorrow afternoon, we will crown Miss Nia Jax.
Yes, Queen.
As our Queen of the Ring. That was the best picture I could find because I thought it was just a F you to Nikki because she hates Nikki.
Who said yes, girl?
That was just a drop. I don't know.
Oh.
It could have been. It could be Nia. It could be Nia. Let me know in the comments below if you like my drops. Listen, is it fridge worthy? If it's fridge worthy, then that's a winner. So I'll throw it out there one more time.
Yes, Queen.
Oh, that was going to be so much worse. I don't know what I was expecting.
Well, I do live with you, and you could, poison my oatmeal. So
do make all your food and wash all your laundry.
Yeah. So I tried to keep it, PG as much as possible.
So again, like worried about before, it's like what I said originally I wanted Bianca to win. And then it just seemed more and more, much to my chagrin, it was going to be not. Because I think in my brain, it was like, oh, Gunter. And then, so if he wins male, then the queen will be on SmackDown. Because that's how they always do Money in the Bank. If the man wins the Raw one or a Raw person wins the male one, then the woman wins SmackDown or vice versa. They always split. It's never like 2 people on one brand, which lately. So I was like, all right, well, in my brain, Gunter, so Bianca or Nia, and how with what Nia and Jade did, I'm like, I'm worried. I'm really worried it's going to be her.
It's going to be Nia, worried. Queen Nia.
It's going to
be isn't
her.
she is part of the bloodline, right?
Yes.
We've established it. Okay, so I do like that whole, which I still don't understand why she's not, has nothing. Okay. But I'm just saying, I do like it. So we are in agreement. But we want to hear from all you. Who do you think is going to win Queen of the Ring? Is it going to be Nia? Maybe you think it's Lyra.
Do you want me to cry in the comments?
Maybe.
I'll be crying tomorrow, guys.
Maybe you think it's Bianca Belair.
I think that's what I originally said. I wanted it to be Bianca.
Well, it's not going to be. It's going to be Nia.
Not. It's going to be Nia. No. But then, then it's going to be Nia Bailey at SummerSlam?
Is it definitely SummerSlam where they have to take a minute?
Correct me below, but I'm pretty sure the press conference Triple H said they get a title shot at SummerSlam.
Well, you can always make it a triple threat, fatal 4-way. Like, you can always add people to the match.
True. But then it's like, oh, well, I won this whole tournament. I'm supposed to get a title shot. You think you're hoping to be able to be one-on-one. But
yeah, but that doesn't mean it's going to be.
Yeah, but make it a 6-way and Nia gets eliminated. I don't know. But that's what I
just don't want Nia.
I just don't. She doesn't. I don't.
She's not like most girls.
I know. I saw the T-shirt that Ed bought for somebody. I know. Was it?
Ed probably did buy it for somebody.
No, it was the whole thing.
So you have Nia. I have Nia.
I literally, in our prediction spreadsheet, I literally left it blank.
She's gonna annihilate.
I literally cannot write that in words. So then,
yes, Queen.
So you're gonna have Nia crush Valkyria. Your new?
No, I think it's gonna be a match, but I think she's gonna win.
I don't. Who's gonna carry? Who's gonna run that match? Who's gonna carry that match? That match makes me nervous.
Well, we shall see on Saturday.
Oh God, we saw her and Zoe.
Unless we're dead wrong with these predictions. So moving on to our finale we have
Tama.
finalmente the men's King of the Ring. So, right now, Gunther's in the finals.
Yep.
So Gunther's definitely going to be there. And on SmackDown, we have Randy Orton and son of King of the Ring winner, Haku Tama Tonga. So, ladies first, on this particular topic.
So, obviously, I think Randy will beat Tama. And then I thought it'd be Gunther, Randy. And then I think it'd be amazing that Gunther would choke out Randy like he did Jay. And that would just do wonders. Like this legend killer, himself now a legend, and Gunther took him out. But now they put the little caveat of you get a title shot. And then Cody has nothing going on because they have no big plans for him until Roman comes back. Well, wouldn't that be a cute little feud? Like mentee, mentor. Now he's the teacher, and the student became the teacher. Like, because Cody had said that he wants to wrestle Randy now. That they're so obviously so different now than Cody's grown up so much that he wants to have that run. So now I just don't know because in my heart went.
You're so thrown off by this whole King of the Ring winner is going to get a title shot.
They're going to get a title shot. Like my whole strategy is out the fucking window. Sorry.
Stop with the language. My virgin
I don't
ears.
think we can ever be monetized. And I've been really holding.
I'm just going to have to duct tape you when you start or bleep you. I'm going to have a bleep.
Can I take your little fingies like Uncle Howdy?
Uncle Howdy. Yeah, we're going to go back to that.
So I don't know. I really thought it would be Gunther. But then if they get a title shot like Randy Cody at SummerSlam would be such a big deal. But then because I don't think with everything that's going on between Drew and Priest and CM Punk that should be back by then, and then you would have Gunther in there, I'm like, well, I don't know. I think whoever comes out of that scuffle between Priest, Punk, Drew, but Gunther will come and take that. So
I'm going to say it again. I said it before.
This,
it doesn't mean it's going to be a singles match. Nikki's getting really thrown off by this whole thing. I, on the other hand, am not getting thrown off by this.
I don't want to see 400 people in a match.
Gunther is my pick for King of the Ring. But I expect Randy Orton. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you here.
No, please.
I expect Randy Orton to beat Tama Tonga because I honestly think there's going to be some sort of disqualification with Tama Tonga because they're kind of making Tama Tonga feel like an unhinged kind of like you don't know what he'll do, and that's why obviously Paul Heyman's so afraid of him. Mm-hmm. So my pick is Gunther, and I think it's Gunther over Orton in the finals. But
also, shout out to our friends at Cultaholic. They were saying that wouldn't it be good if Drew had that belt at SummerSlam and run back Drew Gunther?
Yeah, but I don't see it. Drew's got too much Punk stuff going on. And
very true. I'm just
Punk
throwing
and
out
Rollins
different options. Plain devil's avocado.
It'll be interesting to see. We want to hear from all you. Who do you think's winning? Who's the King of the Ring? Is it Gunther? Is it Randy Orton? Is it Tama Tonga? Does he honor the legacy?
And also they're in Saudi Arabia. I think the bigger thing would be Randy Orton having a match than Tama Tonga.
True.
As much I'm so much enjoying the character that he's portraying right now in Saudi Arabia, I think they wanted Randy Orton.
That's fair. So I don't know. We want to hear from you. What are you thinking? Let's start opening up the phone lines. So in the description below, if you want to chime in, let us know your thoughts, your picks for this weekend, King and Queen of the Ring. You're just thinking about wrestling. What do you think about this Uncle Howdy? Uncle Howdy, potentially. I don't know. WWE's been here. Uncle Howdy, I think, took over some of our stream here.
So I don't want to be rude, but I really want to Google what 3624.
Well, you can do that you have a couple seconds here. So we're going to open up the phone line. So if you're new here, something new, we open up the phone lines every Friday, every show. If you want to chime in, let us know your opinion. You can comment in, you can write it in, you can call in. The show is your oyster. So let's open them up. Again, we spared no budget here because we had no. So, Nikki, odds or evens?
I like odds. Let's be a little odd. Our podcast started off
All
odd
right.
because someone started.
It started
also,
off odd.
3/6/24 is a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday. All right.
It's
Clearly, Uncle Howdy showing up on Dynamite. We all know it. It's happening.
3/6/24. I don't. My phone's over there. I don't want to grab it.
But, all right, you picked odds.
I pick odds.
So the first person in the Nick Club wrestling happy hour, excuse me. You know him. Ladies and gentlemen, Ed.
Ed!
Oh, hey.
Ed.
How's
What
it
are you
going?
drinking? What are you
Did
thinking?
you just say
Did I say what?
Did you say howdy?
No, I should have, though. See, I messed up, guys. Kick me out. I'm coming back in.
Hold on.
Restart.
All right, we're doing it again. Hold on. First off, where's my booze? I lost my booze. Oh, there it is. Bring him back in one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, Ed.
Ed!
Howdy.
There it is.
Now Ed, he did the thing.
We did it. He said the line. How's it going, guys? So I finished my soju. So I'm out.
Boo.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I was gonna go get more, and now I'm here. So
Oh.
We are preventing it. Hey, well, we're running low here on our stock. So, Ed, so
Me.
we know what you're drinking now. What are you thinking?
it's a great question.
He's not thinking that.
No, I am, and I'm thinking about how much I don't want King Randy. Randy Orton, King of the Ring winner at 50 plus is not a thing I want. It doesn't do. He's pushing it. It doesn't help anybody, right? But you know that there is that built-in feud with him and Cody, and that is
He's
a big match.
44, Ed. Ed, he's got a good 6
Yeah.
years. Don't kill him.
Okay, that's fair. Still, I don't need 44-year-old Randy Orton, who's done everything, who's in like the later half of his career, does not need King of the Ring,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
Somebody like Tama Tonga could use it, but like, as much as I like his character, I think his character currently is it's a weird casting for him because he's at least a decent talker.
True.
Mm.
So like him being the like enforcer role, or the butcher of the bloodline, great name by the way. I just like as good as it is, I'm just like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
I
Well,
would have rathered them bring in the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, and have him be the enforcer there.
The only thing I would say is and I don't know the answer to this because I'm just throwing it out, but like, what was Haku like as a king? Because I don't remember him talking either.
No, but I mean, he was all decked out in king gear.
Yeah, you could do the same thing, but the only reason I like one of the main reasons why I agree with you is that like he's such a secondary player in the bloodline to make him King of the Ring in like his first go of it.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. Also, I
Right.
don't believe Haku won the King of the Ring. I believe he won the King of the Ring title from Harley Race.
Yes, I did find it out. I think
Ah.
someone did a video that I watched. It was like it was a couple like people winning it off people.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things that like they were still trying to figure out the King of the Ring at that point. So like Harley Race would defend that pretty regularly. And I think he was on his way out either as a wrestler or out of his way out of the company. And they were like, well, somebody else needs it. Give it to Haku. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like I don't know. It's one of those things that like I really enjoy the King of the Ring gimmick. I really do. For whoever it is, even whether it's King Corbin, Wade Barrett, like there's some people that really do the gimmick well.
King
like,
Booker,
Yeah.
I almost called him Xavier Rhodes. Xavier, oh my God.
Xavier Woods.
Because I almost called him Rhodes, and then I almost said Xavier Gibson, who's the Jets kick returner. So I'm like losing. I had every Xavier that I could think.
Matt Gibson should come back and win the King of the Ring.
Xavier Gibson, Jet punt returner, is the King of the Ring.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like a Money in the Bank deal. You can come
I love
in
that.
last minute
Yeah,
with a
dude.
briefcase to win the King of the Ring.
I'm here for it, honestly. No, and I'm super interested in the Uncle Howdy stuff. I have no idea what's happening. I did.
Hey, Uncle Howdy has hacked into our show. He was in our show.
I came in just at the tail end of that.
I know.
So I do apologize.
I freaked out nuts to go up, and I feel like we need to take a picture of this and post it. So it says it's like literally WWE, the logo, like they're streaming from YouTube, and it says hello, and it says remember who you are, and that red little circle that they used to like Wyatt would put in all his posts. And then we got another message of like bleeps and bloops that I thought was Morse code. Apparently it's not. Then Steven put it in some Morse code thing, and we got a date of 3/6/24. So I'm trying to figure out what happened in March 6, 2024, which is is it also maybe it's the European date? That it's reversed, so it'd be
it's June 3rd. Which June 3rd, I believe, is a Monday.
Fucking hell. I'm freaking the fuck out. And also we got coordinates that goes to Kazakhstan where there's a flippin' pentagram.
Huh.
And it's like, I freaked out because I was like, because you know me, I'm afraid of everything. And I was like, someone's going to be doing it. And then I wrongly accused Steve. Steve, again, I love you. Steve was like, it's not me. And I was like, again, I'm sorry, I love you. But it's like, who, like our little engine that could, our little podcast, and like WWE wrote like some bot, I'm sure that they were like, who's talking about Uncle Howdy? And it's like that popped up, and I was like, what?
That's pretty.
You can do the bloops and blips.
It's been a very fun show. You never know who's going to show up at the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour.
So, but again, it's like if we put the bloops and bleeps. So June 3rd. So that is a Monday, Ed, you said?
Yes, that is so June 3rd is a Monday.
Wait, so explain this to me again. In Europe, they do the dates differently.
Yes, because they do day, month, and we do month, day. So it would be the reverse.
And June 3rd is next Monday, so it would be the Monday after.
Oh my God, it is next Monday.
No, not next. Sorry, two
Mondays from now.
I'm sorry, my days are all.
So that would be the.
When someone's birthday is coming up.
But yeah, it's very interesting. This has been a fun little.
But I don't know. It freaks me out.
I'm sad I missed it. That because I did see the stuff from WWE, and I was like, oh. So when I popped in, you guys were figuring out the code there.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can. Can I bring back up the image? It took me a while to write in the coordinates. So, talk amongst yourselves, kids.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna put the coordinates back up.
So I didn't even realize because I haven't had too much of a chance to watch. I didn't even realize that Gunther had beaten Jay, because I would have figured Jay would have been the pick just to give him something.
Yeah, then we got choked out.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's what that guy does.
Originally, before they announced that it was supposed to be the winner got the title match at SummerSlam, and I was like, wouldn't it be so great to watch Gunther like choke out Randy, and then he would get so much clout for choking someone else out.
And then he choked out Jay, and you were like, oh.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, well, you choke out him, then like choke out Randy, and like again, I just feel like he lost. He had such a long reign. He needs this because I want him to get that title match to propel him.
So here's the Ed. I'll show you the while you come in real time, and our new listeners that are coming in at the time. Share my.
Again, we have. I'm assuming it's some WWE bot that knows that we were talking about. We put it in our metadata or whatever Nick does behind the scenes, and we put in
Google Earth. Shout out to Google Earth.
Shout out to Earth.
Shout out to Earth. Shout out to Will Smith.
And then we
gotta figure out. Get out of here.
I don't use Google Earth enough, so this might take me a second.
Then you had to. Didn't you
saved a project? No, it's not a project.
Okay, while you're doing that, we can keep talking about Gunther choking people out.
Here we go.
Talking about Big Daddy Walter.
So this is the coordinates that we received. So I'm going to throw this up. Hopefully my computer doesn't kill me.
I don't need some weird WWE bot telling me to look at pentagrams in Kazakhstan. But that's what happened.
I mean, do me a favor. If you guys haven't, you should post this, I think is what is what X is calling it now, formerly known as Twitter. Yeah. Do yourself a favor. Tweet this out.
Yes, that is my plan.
Yes. Very exciting. Very exciting.
Like, clip
for
that
us.
whole thing, tweet this out with the clip, like, to all the social medias. Super kick the
Yeah.
subscribe button if you're watching. Come on. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Ah.
If you're joining in this discovery, in this detective
Oh my
work,
god, me having a meltdown about an hour ago. This is why I don't watch scary movies. Like, who's tagging, who's listening, who's talking to me?
I love it. I love it. That's so cool.
Ed,
Me,
thank you for joining in the hunt.
Nikki, thank you for having me.
Any last words before we let you go?
Yeah, Darby Allin sucks. He's
You
kind
don't
of
like flamethrowers? Come on,
no,
man.
I don't like sex pests, and I don't like nobody talking about it. Like, if you're gonna keep the energy, keep the energy. You know what I mean? Everybody just forgets. Everybody just forgets. That guy's terrible.
Yeah.
Darby
very
Allin
true.
sucks. Google it.
All right. Well, Ed hates Darby Allin, so
No.
hashtag Ed hates Darby.
No.
That's a good hashtag.
I mean, he has more reason to hate Darby than I have to hate Naya.
That's fair.
Exactly.
She's not
So
like
that's why we
most
did the
girls.
hashtag.
She eats raw duck. Like, come on.
Isn't that? Can you get sick off it?
She doesn't actually. Just sing that in her theme song. Come on. She eats raw duck. It's great.
Oh no.
I know. Well, there goes my appetite. Ed, you, sir,
Me.
are cut off. But
Bye.
thank you.
Bye.
Interesting. Yeah, the plot thickens. Always good value. Ed, we always appreciate your calls. So,
Tell your missus I need to message her.
as we move along, we have one more caller in the queue, but we can open it up if anyone else wants to chime in. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a regular. He is now known today. He's going by Mystery Machine. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve.
Steven!
Zoinks!
I'm
Like
sorry.
school.
I love you immensely.
Steve, what are you thinking? What are you drinking?
Like school, there's a scary ghost in the chat today. Seriously, they're watching.
Seriously,
like,
that's kind of fun.
like not to like shit on our parade, but like it's like us sitting in our little bar having cocktail talking shit, and it's just like immediately
Language! How many times have I watched
It
language?
like immediately came up. It was like, "Hello, remember who you are." Bloop 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 bloops. Coordinates, and I'm just like, "What is happening?"
That's now it's totally like some level of paranoia that that they're watching. We have to talk nice.
Exactly. Well, hey, listen, I'm happy to interview Uncle
I
Howdy
know.
on this show.
And then all Nick said is how much I hate Nia Jax this whole show.
Listen, I'm sure you're not the only one. You're
Well,
clearly not the only one.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to get some bad news this weekend, then.
Yeah, no, I feel it in my bones. I know.
I almost did the drop one more time, but I think we got it.
Yeah, that was I gotta admit that was pretty funny.
Steve, since you said it was funny, one more time, just for Steve.
Oh, you gotta encourage.
Yes, queen.
That's why we do it, folks. It's for that laugh.
How long did that take you?
Not as long as you'd think. You have no idea how much fun like I had doing it, and like Sinister laughing as I was doing it because I knew how hysterical I would think. I'm sure like our listeners don't find it as funny as I do, but I find it absolutely hysterical because I'm just like giggling, like the crown moving and all the other stuff.
You were just like, I have a thing about Nia. I'm not going to show you, and I just imagine the worst.
Oh, I thought about doing like a legitimate like 30-second drop, but I thought it might get a little excessive because I don't know that anyone can deal with another 30-second drop. The King of the Ring one was tough enough, and I don't know if it was going to get over, so I was like,
we're just kidding, Mr. Levesque.
Exactly.
We love it all. We love all of it.
Exactly. So, Steve, what are you thinking?
Oh, what am I thinking? I think we're going to see a new women's champion tomorrow. Becky delayed her break. I think that she was going to be taking when Rhea went down. They asked her to hang around a little longer, and tomorrow you're going to see that change hands, and then Liv's first challenger will be Lyra, and they'll stretch things out until SummerSlam. We'll see if Rhea's healthy enough to be back by then. If not, I'm sure they can find a way to stretch things out until Survivor Series. But, it's going to be at a big four that Rhea will lose her or will get her belt back. Unless there's some other plans that come up along the way that might be a better idea. Maybe they decide Rhea doesn't even need a belt.
Right. No, I agree with you. I think that especially the punch on Raw that lived through to Lyra, I think it sets up that feud for the future. And again, Lyra's new on Raw. Like she's actually, I was a little premature. She's fluid in the ring. I just don't like her. Like her personality, her charisma is just like.
That was the thing when she was going out to the match. She was like stretching in gorilla, and Becky's like, "You show them why you're here and what you work for." And she's like, "I got this," and she's like. I don't know. I just want a little more than just like the white meat baby face that they always kind of like push on people. Like make her feel real. Not just like, I got it. And then Michael Cole kept saying 1,000 times, like, she feels so much better when she's in the sky and then she's against the genius of the sky, but she loves to be in the air. And I was just like, all right, like she needs something else than she likes to do a crossbody.
Steve, what else you got?
What do you think about SummerSlam going to 2 nights in a couple of years? First of all, I don't know why they just don't do it next year, but now it's in 2 years.
Well, how many matches were on the card last year?
Was there like 8?
Yeah, like 7, 8 becomes like the limit to me. Of like, it depends because like if you're gonna have like 2 or 3 squash throwaway matches that are the bathroom break matches, then then you can do it in one night. But like. Yeah, like trust me, we're worried about Sunday because we're like 10 matches. It's gonna be long.
They want that to become Mania 2.
I could see it. I could totally see it, especially because it's summertime. It's warm weather. You can do it outdoor. Like, they do it at outdoor stadiums. Like it would make sense.
But yeah, if you're going to limit it to one night, you have to be more selective as to what the matches are. Otherwise, you're crowding a whole bunch of people into each match.
So if you want to put your tinfoil hats on for a second, I saw online that people are thinking that they're getting a 2-night SummerSlam in the U.S. is because Mania 2026 will be in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, I don't think that would go over well if it was Saudi.
I agree, but rumors are rumors.
Well, they're still trying to do WrestleMania overseas somewhere. I think Europe, like England, makes the most sense, like Wembley or something like that. But it's interesting. It's a good Steve. That's why we love having you call in. You always bring up these topics that we're not really thinking about, the 2-night SummerSlams and things like that. So, Steve,
I'm the guy with the broom at the end, sweeping up. But why aren't they doing? I can understand them not doing 2 nights this year because we're already too close to it. Probably couldn't change that. But why not next year? Like, where are they even having SummerSlam next year?
I think also a lot of it has to do too
availability, maybe.
Well, not necessarily availability. I think the storyline writing too. Like the pay-per-views aren't spread out enough. Like after WrestleMania, there's a couple. Like going into WrestleMania, they ease up on it to make it so that there's like a 6-week break or a 7-week break in between PLEs. And I feel like SummerSlam, it's like one after the other. Like this year, what do we have? Like we're doing King of the Ring, Clash at the Castle, Money in the Bank, and then SummerSlam. Like it feels like
Berlin.
Yeah, and Berlin. If Berlin's before, we have to figure out Berlin, but I'm pretty sure Berlin's gonna be before SummerSlam. So like every pay-per-view dilutes the next pay-per-view to some extent. So like I feel like you need to have that break where you just say like, all right, give us 6 weeks to build up the feuds and like not have certain wrestlers touch each other for a couple weeks and build their own momentum so that when they clash at the pay-per-view, it's that much more important. So I just think there's too much boxed into the summer months.
That could very well be. I mean, I think that's the only PLE all summer that's in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's the thing. Are they doing more stuff overseas? So they're doing this big extravaganza 2 nights in Minnesota.
Yes.
Minnesota, eh?
Your backpack, and your chapstick.
Yes.
Unbelievable. So,
Exactly.
Steve, before we let you go, any last thoughts?
This is the second week in a row I didn't get to use that username I wanted to use. And now that's an old topic, so
we'll have to.
Maybe we'll circle back around.
Steve,
everything is cyclical.
Every week there's something new that you come up with, so I'm sure there will be no shortage of user screen names for you. Call-in screen names.
I'm sure. I am curious to see where this goes, and you should isolate the clip where the stuff was first coming in, or put some sort of cut together. I can put it on, like, there's a couple of the wrestling subreddits on Reddit that might be interested. I don't know. Oh no, we already figured out it was the pentagram. Never mind.
Yeah, the pentagram.
But the dots we didn't figure out yet.
No, because that Steven put in the date, and I was thinking March 6th, 2024, and then thinking, oh, flip it, 6/3.
Also because of the mirror too.
Yeah, and then Ed's like, oh, that's a Monday, and like, shout out Ed's birthdays.
Maybe they delayed the debut of the 6th until then, because I think it was originally going to be tomorrow. I think in one of those one of the Easter egg things, it was originally going to be May 25th, and if we're to believe this, now it's going to be, I can see it better being on Raw,
unless, and this is the point that Nikki made, that she thinks, and I don't want to speak for you, but that maybe you integrate new members over the course of different dates.
Yeah, like something will happen either tonight, tomorrow at King of the Ring. Like they put the date in for Clash at the Castle. Now we have this new date for June 3rd. Maybe slowly you see, like, maybe tomorrow at the King of the Ring, it would just be Uncle Howdy. And then after it'd be like Uncle Howdy and somebody. And then the next time it'd be Uncle Howdy, somebody, and somebody. And it just kind of like grows. I don't know.
The family grows. So
this is what they did with the NWO. So
yeah, exactly. And they're all taking over. So Steve,
we'll see.
Always bringing the value to the show.
Steven!
We appreciate it.
I have lots of value.
Exactly. That being said, you, sir, are cut off. I cut him off too soon.
He always says like goodbye, and he always cut him off.
I know.
I love you.
It's the one thing, I'm a little trigger happy.
I know what's happening in our lives right now.
But yeah, a lot of craziness.
You never know who's gonna show up at happy hour, kids. You gotta stay flipping tuned.
So yeah, you never know who's gonna show up or where we're gonna go. So last week we had some exciting. We want to thank our friends from Wrestle Show New Jersey for having us. We did our first live broadcast, not at the Nick Club happy hour at the bar. Nikki was gracious enough to man the bar, or tend the bar, I should say.
Play with things.
I know. Things are all out of place, but I'm not going to complain. He did a decent enough job. Nothing's wrecked. So.
Decent enough.
But we're going to do more of that. You never know where we're going to end up. Whether it's both of us, maybe Mr. Nick makes travel. So we appreciate our friends from Wrestle Show New Jersey who had us out. WS Collectibles for having us, interviewing Zoe Sky, who came onto the show. Oh my God, Zach Ruby, came on. So if you haven't checked out the show, check out that show. It was a fun time.
I inappropriately told him that he's not allowed to shave.
Yes, and then I had to reiterate. But a little recap here in case you didn't catch it out. So giving us a little break here. times had by all.
Follow Zach Rubio is the indie guy.
Zach
we had on-
Ruby, not Rubio.
Rubio. I told him he's not allowed to shave.
And
So
I
follow
became
him.
unofficially became his manager and gave him the brilliant idea, because he carries a ruby to the ring, to just use it as a dynamite. I can't say it. Diamond ring.
That can't be the talker for us.
So yes, I am the best heel manager of all time.
But
He's never
follow
debuted
Zach.
yet.
He was a sweetheart.
Steve wants to. Did anyone recognize me? That takes part. They did.
What?
No, they did not. Not yet, but it's coming. So it was a fun time. We're gonna do more of that now that we're in the warmer months here in New Jersey. For those of you that don't live in a cold winter state, California folks and everything, but it's exciting. It was a fun time. So we're gonna do more of that. Kind of like if you were a '90s child, like I was and Nikki was. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Mr. Nick shows up all over the place. And the Nick Club, you never know where we'll be. So we're going to try and plan more of that over the course of the next couple of weeks, couple of months. More guests, all that fun stuff coming at you. So feel free. Again, if you're new here, hit the old subscribe button. Hit the like button. It goes a long way for the show and us growing our fan base, our audience. We want to hear from all of you. So that being said, Nikki, any last thoughts for SmackDown tonight?
No, I'm excited. Well, I guess Randy Tomba is going to be fun. Women's match. Take your dogs out, get some snacky snacks, and we'll see you tomorrow for some recaps. And no, Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Sunday.
Tomorrow's Saturday. So, yeah, we're excited. If you're free Sunday, 5 p.m., we're recapping Queen and King of the Ring, and we are previewing AEW Double or Nothing. So
it's the 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
Mox debuted 5 years ago.
Our show debuted 5 months ago. Yeah, 5 months ago-ish. Yeah, there we go. Not to this day, but
Happy anniversary.
shameless self-promotion. We don't have shame here. Clearly.
At our Dexter, we're not Dexter.
Our Dexter window
Our
that
Dexter
Steven
window.
calls the Dexter window. I can't. How do you?
It's right
My
there.
thumb's going the wrong. I
It's-
can't. That way. There we go. That way.
Point to the WrestleMania Dexter Loomis side.
The Dexter window. The Dexter Loomis window. So, that being said, it's been a fun night. We have so much fun with you all. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, you don't have to go home.
But don't stay here. Bye.